close and personal. All right, we're live. What's up? What's up? John Melton coming to you live with my lifestyleacademy.com. I kind of have I'm starting to get a good singing voice.
Oh, baby.
But I am very excited. I hope all of you are excited. And we need to share this conversation. We need to promote this conversation to everybody. Why? Because I have an incredible lady boss on with us today, Kimberly Olson. And for those of you who don't know Kimberly, she is a rock star. She's a coach. She's a producer. She's out there writing books, launching courses, coaching some of the most incredible entrepreneurs in our space. And you know what's crazy is Kimberly hasn't even been in the profession that long, but she was a mom. She was driven. She wanted to figure out a way to create an income from home. She was determined, and she went out and made things happen. And what I love about Kimberly is she's very good at training. She's a great teacher. And I think you're going to get a lot of value from this. So like I said, I would share this, promote this, share this in your teams, your Facebook groups. I know a lot of you are inside of network marketing. Even if you're not a network marketer, you're going to get value from this conversation. But if you're in network marketing, this is going to be specific for you, especially if you want to go out there and absolutely crush it, where you can work less, but be more productive. How many of us smash that heart button if you would like to work smarter and not just harder? Look, you know me, I'm a big fan of working your face off and taking massive action. But at the end of the day, I want you to be productive. I want you to be efficient and effective. So I want you to understand what it takes to be an efficient, successfully profitable online entrepreneur, a network marketer, building businesses in today's day and age. And look, this is why I have two phones, y'all. I don't just have two phones because I got nothing else better to do. It's because I want to be laser focused. I want to get as much done with every moment, every second, every minute that I have when I'm working my business. So Kimberly is really great when it comes to breaking down this conversation. You know, it's funny. I sent her a message and I said, listen, give me your 3 top titles or subject matters, if you will, that we can share with our audience. And this one, I was like, all right, that's the one. That is definitely the conversation we want to have with everybody, especially, again, if you're an entrepreneur, you're an online entrepreneur, you're wanting to use the internet to build a business. How many of us would agree? And we've been talking about this a lot recently on our show, but how many of us would agree in today's day and age with technology, with social media, you can get overwhelmed real quick. You can get caught up real quick with distractions, and that ain't going to pay your bills. So Kimberly, first of all, thank you for hopping on our show today.
Thank you.
Start off just sharing a little bit about your background, your story, and then we can get into some training with everybody.
Yes, for sure. Thanks for having me on. It's an amazing introduction. And I love seeing you guys commenting and tagging. That's awesome. It's my love language, so keep it coming. And when I got into network marketing, I was 6 figures in debt. My babies were 1 and 2. I was working full-time in a job I hated. There was a bully there. Can anyone relate to being at a job that you don't love? And I was a little skeptical of network marketing, but my back was against the wall. And I've always been the breadwinner. And I thought, I've got to get my family out of this situation. I grew up with no money, so I wanted to change my family tree for them, you know? So my friend told me about it. Of course, she followed up, a million times. I finally said yes. So in the spring of 2017, started my network marketing. And I was finding it really difficult to do a great job at work and build my business. Like I would start to get some traction with my network marketing, get that first comma check. And then my boss was like, hey, we need to talk. Your sales numbers are down. And I'm just like, okay, something's got to give here. Like I got to figure this out. So I hired a coach actually to teach me how to be more productive, time block. But most importantly, I actually had to address a major issue for myself that was holding me back. And that's going to be one of my tips for you guys today. My own struggle. Like what was something that was blocking me from not being productive? So through that process, I was able to overcome some personal addictions. I was able to start time blocking. I was able to say, you know what? I do have an hour every Monday afternoon to write those blog posts or whatever it was that I was working on, and stop fake working. Put guilty in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. You're like, oh, I'm going to crush it. And you pull up your laptop, your phone, you've got a little time, and suddenly you're buying shoes on Instagram. I don't know if you do that, John, but I'm sure Nadia does. And so suddenly an hour has gone by and you're like, I feel like I did a lot. And then you didn't do anything when it comes to money making activities, right? So once it was that summer, I overcame alcohol addiction. I said, I'm done. Like, I can't do that anymore. It's destructive for myself. And it just wasn't allowing me to create the life I wanted. So I said, I'm done with that. Got the support I needed to overcome that. I mastered time blocking. And after that, my life transformed. I started growing my social media influence. I started getting people reaching out to me, just what John and Nadia teach in the inside of here. People were asking me about my network marketing business. They wanted to join my team. And I fell in love with attraction marketing, Facebook Lives, nurturing a Facebook group. So I launched the Gold Digger Girl in the spring of 2018. So I was only in network marketing a year, hit 6 figures within 90 days. And I was able to quit my job that summer. And now I've written 4 books. I have a weekly podcast. I'm in a leadership position with my network marketing company or business that I'm in. And I get to coach people just like you guys that are watching in here as well. So when I was able to master what we're going to talk about today, it allowed me the freedom to be a great mom and be damn good at business too. And when you put those together, the sky's the limit, you guys. It's awesome.
Right. Because there's so many people out there in business, right? Traditional business, that maybe they make a lot of money, but they're working 100 hours a week. They're stressed out. Yeah. They're out of shape. They're unhealthy. They have unhealthy relationships at home with their family members. And what's the point of making a lot of money and being, successful if you have no life? There's no point, right? So can you have both? And I heard Ray Higdon say one time, we want an and life, right? You want to be a good parent and you want to have a successful business. Why does it have to be an or life, one or the other, right? Why not have both? And because of the day and age of being an online entrepreneur, we can make that happen. And I think right now, everybody wants to have a home-based income, a way to make money online. And obviously, many are choosing network marketing. So first of all, before we get into the training, time blocking, being productive, making sure you're more efficient and effective with the time you have, we're going to do a giveaway. So those of you that are sharing and tagging, if you could let us know in the comments, if you're sharing, obviously if you're tagging, we can see you tagging people. And we're going to pick, how about we do 2 winners of your new book in the beginning, and then we'll do 2 at the end as well. So we'll encourage people to share and tag now and share and tag later. And while people are dropping, shared and tagging, we'll give them a minute or some seconds, whatever. Tell us about the book. Tell us about
for sure. So this book, The Art of Self-Discipline, just went on pre-sale yesterday. So we're going to raffle a few off. And if you don't end up winning a copy, we'll get you the pre-sale link for it. So I wrote this book because I had so many people who were saying, how are you doing everything you're doing? Because you're actively in the trenches building your network marketing business, and you're also a coach. You have programs, and you've got a busy family life, and you vacation, you do things. And so I was getting this question every day, John. So when I see that there's people repetitively asking me the same things, I see that there's a need to do some kind of training. And what I love about books is it's affordable, it's accessible, and it's something you can have and refer back to.
Right.
So The Art of Self-Discipline, I wrote that because I truly believe it is a skill set. It's something you can develop. I think that people see us that are uber productive and they think, oh, wish I could be like them. I'm not. I'm just winging it, fly by the seat of my pants, right? That's not true. Just like leadership, you can actually develop. You can absolutely develop that skill.
100%. No, I couldn't agree more. And it is funny because they think successful people have it all figured out, and it's just not true. We've got some things figured out, but we don't have it all figured out, right? We're all students. We're all constantly learning and figuring things out and figuring out ways to improve our systems and processes. So I see a lot of you tagging and sharing. So let's just randomly pick 2 people.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Jeanette Suber.
Yay!
All right,
awesome.
Jeanette, you're the first winner. All right, and then second winner. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see, Bliss Rendell, you are the second winner. Whoop whoop. So here's the dealio. Kimberly, maybe afterwards we'll figure out how to get them.
Well, they can just connect with me. Yeah.
Perfect. And connect with you. You'll send them the books. Now, those of you that want the book and you're like, listen, I didn't win, but what's the link? Maybe you could share that real quick.
If you just put book in the comments, I'll tag you all in it because tagging is just easier for you later on. Yeah.
BOOK. Drop book in the comments and we'll take care of you all later. So let's talk about it. Time blocking. And I know you had some different
So
on that.
yeah. So for those that are popped on today, because you're like, yes, this topic, she's, speaking my language. What can I do to become more productive and create more time freedom? So the first thing I want you to do, and this is huge, okay? I want you to decide, okay, that you're going to master productivity, y'all. We're not playing here, okay? We've got big goals, big dreams, big impact to make. And this is the best time in the history of social media, network marketing, to be able to make massive change in this world. And it starts with you. You have all these things you want to do, right? Every day you're just like, yeah, I'm going to crush it. So there's a gap between what you say you're going to do and what you do. It's the knowing doing gap. I want you to decide, I'm going to close that gap. I'm going to be so productive. I'm going to master this, that when I tell John or whoever your upline is, you know what I'm talking about. You message your upline, you're like, this is my month. I'm going to triple rank advance. I'm going to make 5 figures. It's on. And then a weekend, you're like, like I haven't actually reached out to anyone. Okay, we've all been there, right? We've all worked with people like that, or we've been that. So you don't want to just say stuff. You want to be a doer, meaning you want to be that person who is a person of their word, okay? Become a person of integrity. So this is a trait that you're going to have to develop. So the first place is going to be thinking the thoughts, seeing yourself as this productive person, okay? And hold yourself to it. If you say you're going to reach out to 10 people today, or start building up your friends list, or go live every week, do, okay? Be the person that we can rely on that does what they say they're going to do. And this is what's so awesome. This is going to blow your mind. When you don't do what you say you're going to do, your subconscious calls BS on you when you make a new proclamation. So if you say, okay, July is going to be my biggest month, I'm going to follow up like a rock star, and then you don't, your subconscious is like, yeah, whatever. So the next time you say you're going to do something, you don't have that credibility or belief in yourself. So if you're struggling with self-confidence and you're struggling with the value you see in yourself, it's because your subconscious isn't buying into it. The best way to change that is with massive imperfect action consistently. So just promise yourself you're going to show up. Promise yourself you're going to try as hard as you possibly can each day to be the person that you said you were going to be. Okay. So I want you to decide. You're literally a decision away from becoming very productive and mastering self-discipline. For sure. Do you do in the mood? Oh, I was reading her comment.
Do the do in the mood you set it in.
Ah, I love it. Yes. Just
we have over 200
that
on live between Twitter and all.
Oh, awesome.
Accounts, so everybody's fired up. Lots of comments coming in. Yo, smash that heart button if you love that first tip.
Yes. Okay. So number 2, what I want you to do is I want you to remove any blocks or destructive habits in your life. Okay. So a block is going to be a limiting belief. So let's say you're known as the girl who wings it, right? You're just like, everyone knows me. I just wing it. I just kind of fly through life. And you're thinking, oh no, like if I really want to set my goals and map them out and report to my upline, or if you're, not in network marketing, you're a coach or whoever, your spouse, you're going to have to do some skills here, right? We're going to have to get a little structure in there if you really want massive success. So that's a limiting belief you have about yourself. So you're going to have to change that thought. So all you have to do is replace it with a new thought and start telling yourself that. At first it'll feel like make believe, but it could be something like, I am so productive. I'm awesome at time blocking. And I always do what I say I'm going to do. Okay. So present tense affirmation, or I love the app Think Up. If you've never heard of it, I want you guys to grab it. Think Up. So I record affirmations on there, and I've been using it for almost 3 years. And guess what? Every single one of them comes true. And sometimes they're crazy and nuts. Like, I'm going to be a millionaire. So whatever you want to proclaim, put it on there on the Think Up app, or write it in your journal. Present tense affirmation. Okay. So we want to overcome those limiting beliefs. And the second piece of that is any destructive habits. What's your destructive habit? Is it TikTok, right? Average adult spends 50 minutes a day on TikTok, right? Now, if you're not using it for social media, we got to change that. Or maybe you binge on Netflix every night, or mine was alcohol, right? I had that glass of wine with dinner, another glass after, and by the time dinner was done and kids were in bed, I just wasn't motivated to work on my business. So are there any destructive habits you have? Maybe it's the people you're hanging around. You might have to get some new friends. So, or maybe you need a coach, right? So it's all about paying attention to what's supporting you on this path to success. What's supporting you? And if there's anything that's not supporting you within your control, let's try to remove those blocks. So that's number 2. Is that helpful?
Yeah. That's
you guys like that one? Okay. And then number 3 John alluded to this at the beginning because this is so important. I want you to time block like a boss.
Yeah.
I want you to be just like, hey, you want to get on a call with me? Let me check my schedule. Okay. So you don't want to be, oh, my day's so open. Sure. Let's hop on the phone. Okay. Busy people get more done. But also when you're very committed to that calendar, you start to do what's on the calendar. Okay. So time blocking for us in this day and age, with everyone home right now, it's going to have to be 15-minute increments. So what do I mean by that? I'll give you a perfect example. Let's say right now I'm in my office, my kids are 4 and 6 now. My husband pops in, he's like, hey, I'm going to take the girls to Home Depot, which just happened. And I was like, praise God, hallelujah. Not that you wouldn't want to see them right now, John, but they're a little distracting. Yeah. They might try to steal the show. So he comes in and he's like, hey, I'm going to take them to Home Depot really quick. Suddenly I have at least 15 minutes, probably more, of quality time. This is the kicker. What most people do is say, ooh, I've got a little downtime. I'm going to go do the laundry, right? Because it's there, or your kitchen's staring at you, it's dirty. Oh no, anything that's not money-making activities, you either delegate or you do it when your kids are around you, if you have kids, or when that distraction is around you. If you get 15 minutes, you guys, you've got to be so good at flipping hats, okay? You just have to say, you know what, I've got 15 minutes. What can I do that's productive and not fake working? And if you have a DMO, which I know John and Nadia teach, pull up the DMO. It's broken down into 15-minute increments and say, boom, time to follow up. Boom, let me put some posts out. Let me chat with some people on Messenger. If you can master 15-minute increments and flip hats like that, you're going to change your entire life. It does not take 20 hours a day to build a business. I probably work 4 hours a day, you guys, and we're going to do $1 million this year, like 4 hours a day. So I can be with my family. I can be awesome when I'm working on my business, and then I'm balanced and I have that freedom and health, like John talked about as well. So 15-minute increments, master your calendar like a boss.
No, and it's so true too, because at the end of the day, this is a business. You don't get paid for showing up. You don't get paid for organizing your pens and pencils and making your desk look pretty. You don't get paid for any of that. You get paid for production, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get paid when you put in a customer, right? If you're a network marketer, you get paid when you put in a customer, or you enroll a new teammate that's ordering products, and then they're getting customers, and then they're building their teams. Like, you don't get paid for showing up. You get paid for being productive, and you have to find ways to make it so that you're almost treating your new business as a part-time job. And I talked about this the other day. It's like if you had a part-time job waiting tables or bartending, like you would have a specific time you have to show up. And then during the hours that you're at work, you would have to actually work, or they fire you from work, right? You probably wouldn't like it. Sometimes you don't feel like going, but you'd have to go, or else you're fired. And you're never going to change your life being a waiter or a bartender. In network marketing, you can literally change the trajectory of your financial future, your family's financial future forever.
Mm-hmm.
You have to put that in perspective when you don't feel like it. Your goals don't care about your feelings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your goals don't care about your feelings. And by the way, your feelings don't care about your goals and your dreams either. So if you're ambitious and you're serious, you're hungry, and you're wanting a better life, you have to get disciplined. You need to be a routine machine. And I love that you talked about affirmations. I think that is so important.
Mm-hmm.
Write it down on sticky notes and put them all over your house, all over your computer, all over the place, right? Like, I'm amazing. I'm a millionaire. People, come to me effortlessly. Like, whatever it is that you're maybe struggling with, you need to get real clear on affirmations, positive self-talk. So many of us, we speak so negatively about ourselves that, quite honestly, if someone spoke to us the way we speak to ourselves, we wouldn't like that person very much. Mm-hmm. We might even hate that person. And if you hate yourself, that's a problem, right? Like you said in the beginning when you talked about commitment. I heard George Zalaki say one time, and I'll never forget it. He said, commitment is doing the thing you said you were going to do long after the mood you said it in has left you.
Yep. I just wrote that down.
It's so good. Mm-hmm. And it's so good because there's so many people that get involved in network marketing. And look, everybody wants to go to heaven. Nobody wants to die. Everybody wants to be successful. But you hit the nail on the head, man. It's like you have to become a lean, mean prospecting, recruiting, and income productive machine. This is what it's all about. You have to focus on those income producing activities, those IPAs. Drop hashtag IPAs if you know something you need to work on. All right. So Kim, any closing thoughts for people that they're in network marketing, they're maybe a parent, they got a full-time job. Maybe they're struggling with, like, right now, the kids are home for the summer.
Mental health. Yeah.
I think all of us have a tough
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Although I will share one tip that we implemented a few years ago. We started putting our kids on a schedule. Like, for instance, they're only allowed on the PlayStation for 3 hours a day. So my daughter gets 3 hours, my son gets 3 hours. Now, at first, they were really upset about it, but now it's a part of their routine. It's just is what it is. And they keep trying to convince us to get a second PlayStation. I'm like, you're out of your mind. No way. But the point is, because they have to share it. And in the beginning, they would fight. So I would say, listen, if you're going to fight over the PlayStation, because my kids are 15 and 11, right? They're a little older. But I'm like, if you guys are going to fight, then you just lose the remotes. Right. So they were like, oh, we have to get along. We have to compromise. We're going to have to negotiate. Christina can get it during the day. Dylan will get it at night. And, during the summer, the last thing you want is your kids just staring at the TV or staring at an iPad or whatever that looks like. So definitely come up with a schedule, an agenda, and they need to stick to it or there are consequences. So Kimberly, any closing thoughts for people that are, the network marketers, full-time job, parents, and they love everything you're saying, but they're like, oh my gosh, clearly I need to get that book, right? Because that is a tough thing for a lot of people to get into that routine where they're focused on those income productive activities. Yeah.
So you, with the suggestion with your kids, I would absolutely get help if needed. And sometimes people are like, I don't have the money. Even if you can get someone to come over twice a week for 2 hours and they take care of your kids and you've got that, you would be amazed at what you could accomplish. Suddenly you're just uber productive. It's insane right now. The other thing is I actually stay up really late. That's worked well for our family. My husband gets up early with them in the morning because he's working remotely. I stay up late, and that has worked out awesome during this. I feel like I'm more productive now. It's quiet at night, and that works for us. But what I would say to you is I heard somewhere, and I don't know if it's true, John, but the average network marketer quits around the 6-week mark when they're developing a new habit or starting with a new company. And that breakthrough happens around week 8. So when you sit down tomorrow and you're like, okay, I'm going to be so productive. You're thinking of us on your shoulders, little devils and angels. And you're like, okay, all right, they said to do it. And you don't get the sign up tomorrow. You don't get the new customer tomorrow or even next week, or you don't have the rank advancement this month. You guys, it's everything you're doing now is developing that muscle of self-discipline. And when you marry the process of saying, okay, I'm going to dig in, I'm going to do the work, I'm going to cultivate this attribute about myself, you stick to it. You put your head down and don't look up for 2 months, maybe 90 days. I guarantee you're going to be blowing up our messengers saying, oh my gosh, not only did it work and I'm starting to get traction, but my life personally and professionally has been changed forever.
I love that. And it's a really good point. I think it was Eric Worre. I heard him talk about, like, if you're a millionaire and you work, let's say 50 hours a week, and a millionaire makes $83,000 a month, right? On average. So if you were to divide like 83,000, maybe someone could do the math real quick, 83,000 divided by 200 hours for the month, right? What is that per hour? And when you actually calculate it, you're like, okay, so if I want to be a millionaire and that's how much my hour is worth, or that I want it to be worth, doing the dishes and cutting grass and doing laundry and doing some of the tedious things I do with my network marketing business, those things are not going to pay me that hourly wage that I'm looking for. Right? It puts things in perspective. Now, listen, if you're like, well, the gym doesn't pay me. Yeah, but that's something that's going to help you become more productive, more energized. And look, there's nothing more important than health. Like, true wealth is quality health, right? Yeah. I think we can all agree with that. But my whole point of saying this is that there's just some things that I think it's a form of procrastination, right? Getting organized. Even, you know what it is sometimes too? It's watching a video like this, listening to a podcast, right? That's a form of procrastination. It's like, instead of me prospecting, I'm going to listen to 3 hours of motivation and then do nothing with it, right? So sometimes we're trying to figure out ways to avoid the actual work, because nobody truly likes getting rejected. Nobody likes feeling like a loser or feeling like they are doing something that doesn't matter, right? They're doing something that isn't effective. So I understand that challenge, because I've dealt with that personally, where I don't want to get rejected. I want to find ways to avoid doing the actual work. But there was some point in my career where I just made the decision that, you know what, I'm going to like suck every moment I have out of my day to focus on those IPAs, those production points, right? What matters most? Like when I was in the mortgage industry, they said, if you make 100 calls a day, you're going to make 6 figures. And I just believed them. And I made 100 calls a day for years, like 3 years straight. I made 100 calls a day. Now there were days where I didn't make 100 calls, but like the next day I made up the difference, right? Because I was so determined to be a top producer. And once I got a little taste of success, I heard a quote one time. They said, the worst part of success is just a little bit.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
You have like a little bit of success and I want more, right? You get a taste of it and you want it. Mm-hmm. So you have to, at some point, get really focused and intentional. We've been talking a lot about this recently here on my show, on my page, because I think it's just so important to really think through that. And Bliss just did the math on it. It's $415 an hour. So like doing the dishes, cutting the grass, right? Laundry, stuff like that. And I know for some of us, you said it, Kimberly, like for some people, they're not going to be able to afford outsourcing certain things, but get the kids to do it, right? Mm-hmm. What are they doing? They're at home. If you got kids, get your spouse, get somebody to help you, a parent, a loved one, a neighbor. Someone can help you because you've got dreams, y'all. You got big goals. You don't have time to be cooking. Right now, again, I know for some of us, there's some things that you have to do. There's no choice, but I bet you if I said, hey, listen, I'll give you $10,000 to figure out a way to outsource half the things you do every day that don't help you grow your business. I'll give you $10,000 if you figure it out. You'd figure it out. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of value. It's just a matter of finding the value, finding the time, getting more intentional with what you're doing every single day. So listen, if you want to check out this incredible new book on self-discipline, this is Kimberly's 4th book, y'all. So when it comes to being productive, when it comes to being intentional, she's only been in network marketing. What would you say, since 2007?
3 years.
3 years? Mm-hmm. 3 years. That is insane. She's wrote 4 books. She's a top producer, top performer, right? She's coaching. She's going to do 7 figures this year with all of her stuff that she's got goings on. And she's a mom. I mean, come on, y'all. So listen, drop the word book in the comments. And Kimberly's going to respond with the link, get you the details on her new book. And if you want to win, if y'all want to win the book, share and tag right now. I'm going to give you some time. Drop the word share in the comments if you shared, tag some people, and we're going to pick 2 more winners. Is that cool?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to do a little countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Fawn Joy. She says you are amazing, Kimberly.
Oh, thanks, Fawn.
Joy, you're going to be the 3rd winner of the book. Maybe we'll pick 2 more, actually. Let's do 5 total, okay?
I love it.
So, all right, so 5, 4. First one I see that shared. All right, Diane Miller Duncan. You won Kimberly's new book. Ooh. All right, we'll pick 1 more, okay? All right, Carrie Walters. Oh, I just missed her. Comments go fast.
I know.
Oh, crap. Carrie, where are you?
Message me, Carrie.
Boom, there, I got it.
We'll take care of you. Oh, there you are. Yay!
All right, cool deal. Listen, if y'all love this content, follow Kimberly. She's always delivering the goods. Smash the heart button if you got some value out of this conversation and you are ready to focus on them IPAs, y'all. Yes. Kimberly, you're amazing. And those of you that want to check out her new book, just drop the word book in the comments and she's going to respond with the details. Cool beans?
Awesome. Thanks, John.
Absolutely. You're amazing. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Toodles.